of Productions with another episode of Q&A, and this is where I answer questions from last week's Q&A, and you can post questions for next week's Q&A in the comments below. And I know Q&As are supposed to be on Saturdays, and it's a Thursday today, but the reason I pushed it today is because it is my 2-year anniversary today, July 24th. I actually didn't know that, but I checked a little while ago and I saw it. So today's my 2-year anniversary, so celebrate Q&A. So first question, I have a lot of questions today. Clasher5 asked, I am planning on making a mock. What is the best place to buy bricks from? Pick a Brick or Bricklink? Also, how do I get inspiration for mocks? So to get inspiration for your mocks, you definitely want to be immersed in as much content as possible. So I recommend watching the Clone Wars, watching the Star Wars movies, watching other people's mocks just to get little ideas from all over, and then use your imagination when you have all those ideas flowing and build a mock. And the best place is Bricklink. Pick a Brick is way overpriced. In the stores sometimes it's a good deal, but online way overpriced, not even worth it. Tyler Farron asked, which set do you want LEGO to remake? I want another Cloud City, and he actually meant a Star Wars set. I would definitely want to see another MTT. I know a new one just came out this year, but it is absolutely horrible. The 2008 one is the best, and I do not have that one. And I'd also like to see another turbo tank, similar to the 2006 or 7 one. The Clone Wars one is for the Clone Wars, not really for Episode 3. And he asked another question, what do you like better, the old Bionicle theme or the new Hero Factory theme? I don't really like either, but I used to have some Bionicle sets, so I'm going to have to go with Bionicle. Astonishing Studios asked, if YouTube was not your hobby, what would be your other dedicated pastime? That's a great question, actually. I have no clue. Probably just playing outside and build. I just love building stuff. Like, we built a tree house at my park one time and stuff. I just love building stuff, so probably just playing outside and building stuff. Al Gaming asked, what is your favorite food? It's actually a good question. If you live in Illinois, you know this place. It's called Portillo's. It is the best restaurant ever. It's only in Illinois, and I think there's like 1 or 2 in Indiana, and I love their hot dogs. That would have to be my favorite food. The Robo Hacker asked, can you build like a little medical center for the clones? I actually am for my brick film. If you want to check that out, check out my brick film updates. Probably not the last one, but the one before it. You'll see my medic bay, and you can check back on Sunday for my next update. I'll show it again. Lego Pie XD asked, how do you make your money to buy your Legos? I used to get him from just Christmas presents, birthday, that kind of stuff. Whenever I got money, I only spent it on Lego. But now, thankfully for all of your views and subscriptions, I do make some money off of AdSense, so that definitely helps a lot. So thank you so much for that. Let's see, Joe Bricks asked, who is your favorite Star Wars set, and are you looking forward to the 2015? What is your favorite Star Wars set? He said who, but he meant what. The newer Republic gunship, and 2015, the only Star Wars set I know of right now is the Wookiee gunship, and I gotta say that looks really cool, except it is overpriced, but it is a great set. I'll definitely get a couple of those when they go on clearance or on sale. Arrow's Finest asked, what is your favorite non-Star Wars movie? Inception. Not sure if you guys heard that, but it is my favorite non-Star Wars movie. MLG Fro asked, would you like that we use Star Wars letters in real life? That would be pretty cool, but it would take a long time to learn that language, like the writing and stuff. Lego Follow 1 asked, how did you get started on YouTube? I originally started with reviews. I just reviewed some sets I had, and then I started doing weekly updates and that kind of stuff. And then I happened to be working on a mock just as I started YouTube, so I just started making videos. I had a camcorder because I used to make a ton of videos with my friends, non-LEGO videos, just like mini news shows and stuff. But that's how I really got started. The key is having a camera that takes, hopefully, HD video, and then, of course, LEGO. Let's see, Daniel Kazelv, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asked, what is your favorite Iron Man armor? Mine are Mark III and Mark 42. I don't really have a preference, but I know it's not Iron Man, but I really like the Iron Patriot armor, especially the Lego minifig. QSEFE33 asks, are you going to make Lego short films? I'm making a brick film right now, and those episodes are going to be about 2 to 3 minutes, and there are going to be 5 of those. Bros That Play Mario asked, how old are you? I'm 15. And how long have you been collecting Lego? I want to say around 6, and then I took a little break, and then around 9 I started back up again. Let's see. Legendary Bricks asked, how many 48 by 48 base plates do you have? I think I only have 2. I'm not sure on that. Life Bricks Studios asked, favorite TV show? Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars movie, Episode 3, and Coke or Pepsi? I'm going to have to go with Coke. Philip Brown asks, can you animate lasers and explosions with Dragon Frame? That's not that I know of. I'm almost positive you can't, because Dragon Frame is really only for capturing. It's great for capturing, and then it's just perfect for just making it really smooth and stuff. Let's see. Drew9421 asks, what is the biggest Lego set you own or have owned? And it's going to be the modular building, the Town Hall. Ethan Brick Studios asked, where are you from? I live in Chicago, Illinois. And also the Utapau mock is won by MGF or Ross. I'm not really sure what he meant by that. Trevor Parquette asked, for the video next week, what characters will you use in the brick film, and how do you manage to get all that Lego? Again, intense collecting. I talk about intense collecting in my past Q&As. And then, as you can see behind me, I have the brick film set right here. I did a little test with the gunship. Didn't spend a lot of time on that. The characters I'll release in my brick film update. I'll have a lot more information in that. Let's see. What Lego Watch asked, what store has the best sales? Toys R Us usually doesn't have anything. Walmart can sometimes have some, and in most states, Target has great clearance deals, except for some reason in Illinois, I go to Targets every week, and they never have any clearance deals. I don't know what's going on. Alright, Commander Wolf asked, do you think that Lego will make a new clone turbo tank? I sure hope so. And thanks for answering my question. Commander Kyle asked, how long have you been on YouTube? Again, today is my 2-year anniversary. Blake John asked, do you like the Halo series? No, sorry about that. Nolan Lynn asked, when and why did you get interested in Lego? My brother actually collected Lego. He's not a collector now, but when he was younger, he had Lego, and that's how really I got introduced. Since I was born, there's always Lego bricks around the house, so that's really how I got interested in it. Tweeter880 asked, will you ever do a outpost tower mock? I might put a tower in one of my mocks. That actually be really cool. Let's see. Plastic Arms Productions asked, what kind of Lego Star Wars sets are you expecting to see in 2015? All Rebels and episodes 4 through 6 sets. I can almost guarantee that's what's going to be coming. Alright, Red Menace 760 asked, what are your favorite movies? Star Wars movies, by far. And I also like Lord of the Rings. Astonishing Studios asked, do you want to build a snowman or ride our bikes around the halls? That's from Frozen, if you have not seen the movie. Al Gaming asked, what is your favorite Lego Star Wars minifigure? The original EP3 clone Star Wars. Commander Cow asked, what character do you hate the most from Star Wars? Mine is Jar Jar Binks. I don't really hate any characters, really. I like all of them, so I don't really hate anyone specifically. Let's see. Tyler Farron again asked, what new Star Wars set do you want Lego to make that they haven't made yet? I want the Geonosian Droid Factory. Well, I can almost 100% guarantee that they will not make that, unfortunately. But I already talked about before the turbo tank, and then a new, better version than the MTT than the one coming out right now. And I'd also like to see the Invisible Hand come out. Alright, let's see. Clasher5 asked, have you ever bought from Clone Army Customs, and do you know Tower personally? I have. This was the first year. Saw him at Brickworld Chicago. I don't know him personally, but I hope to in the future. And Tyler Farron again asked, what's your favorite Lego set of all time? The New Republic gunship. So thanks for watching. Again, don't forget to check out my channel for some other awesome LEGO videos, and have a great day.